This is Bobby Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive at the SeeThruEquity 4th Annual Investor Conference 2015 in New York City. With me right now, we have Alain Castro from Ener-Core. That's ENCR. Alain, welcome back
Thank you.
to SNNLive.
It's been 2 years. Thanks for having me.
2 years too long. So for an investor audience who have not heard from you on our channel for 2 years, let's first get an overview, and then we'll get into an update.
Great. For those that don't know who we are, Ener-Core is a technology company that has developed and deployed and is currently operating a breakthrough technology that can generate clean energy from the waste gases that are produced and emitted to the atmosphere by a wide range of industries, ranging from refineries and petrochemical plants to alcohol distilleries, landfills, and wastewater treatment plants.
So actually, before we get into the quick update, let's discuss the technology a little bit. So how does it work?
Well, what we do is literally nature's process for these gases, which is oxidizing them, oxidation, and we are able to accelerate the process into 2 or 3 seconds. So to explain what we do, we have to first explain what happens to waste gases that get flared off or emitted into the atmosphere. They go into the atmosphere, and a greenhouse gas such as methane and as many other greenhouse gases linger in the atmosphere for 10 to 20 years. And in that time, the atmosphere will oxidize them, and it will break them down into their individual elements and compounds. Unfortunately, our atmosphere is a very inefficient place to oxidize gases. So what we have done is we've created a pressure vessel that literally we are simulating an atmospheric condition under which these gases still oxidize. They just do it in 2 seconds. And when you do that, you can create an immense amount of heat that can then get converted into electricity or steam, which is useful. So what we like to say is, in a world where there is a slurry of emissions destruction equipment, we are the only ones that we know that are deploying emissions utilization or emissions monetization equipment.
So on that note, and I know you brought this up a little bit in the overview, what are the different, I know you said some of the applications, but how do you deploy some of your technology into the actual machinery themselves?
So the way we're going about our commercial deployment is, rather than sell directly to the end customers, which again are all these industries that today produce waste gases like alcohol distilleries, refineries, petrochemical plants, we are engaging with some of the world's largest and most significant multinationals of power equipment. And we are integrating our power oxidizer with existing turbines, existing boilers, and enabling these large established multinationals such as Dresser-Rand, but over time, Siemens, Caterpillar, GE, the leading multinational engineering companies, to package our system as an addition to their existing turbines or boilers, and enabling them to sell it to the market. So we have very much what you would call a licensing strategy. We're not typically selling to the end customers. We are licensing it to large established companies and utilizing their sales force to take this out into the market.
Like we said, it's been 2 years too long. What's been happening? I gotta know.
A lot. When I met you and your colleagues, we had just gone public. We had never installed a commercial system in the market. We had a successful pilot that had been installed at an Army military base in Georgia called Fort Benning. We were talking about a commercial deployment, a commercial licensing deployment, but had not actually engaged with a multinational and closed the license. We were talking about deploying this into some place besides landfills, but had not in fact done that yet. What we've done in the last 2 years is we successfully inaugurated our first commercial unit in Holland on a landfill.
Congratulations.
We closed a global license agreement with Dresser-Rand. We then supported Dresser-Rand in selling 2 more units to an ethanol facility, hence getting into another industry. And we are now supporting Dresser-Rand in getting into a variety of additional industries, such as refineries, petrochemical plants, and so on. We have increased our patent portfolio from what was about 4 or 5 patents to today we have 18 patents. And we've just sold another system in California and are now successfully scaling this up to a much larger size, 7 times larger than the size we were talking about when we last met. So our technology team has been incredibly busy, and our commercial team as well has been very busy, not just working with a company like Dresser-Rand, which in itself was a big feat. If you imagine the kind of due diligence any investor might do before investing in a smaller company like this, just step back and think what kind of due diligence a multinational of the level of Dresser-Rand must do before they'll put their name on something, because that's the most important thing. They have a trusted name that the market internationally respects and knows, and they cannot put technology into the field that doesn't make economic sense or might not technically work. So they did a thorough due diligence on this and concluded that this was a technology that is ready for market and that it was not putting their brand at risk to deploy this into the market. So we're really excited. We think that's a massive validation of what we're doing.
You know, firstly, I'd like to say congratulations for everything and all your accomplishments. I mean, I remember we just talked earlier where you're like, that was our first video interview we ever did. It was. And now we're here, and I just really congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And, you know, now that we've gotten the update, you know, we're going into the second half of 2015, leading into 2016. What more can we expect from Ener-Core that you'll tell me about, you know, at a later date?
Great question. We believe during the course of this year and next, we will successfully install our larger 1.7 megawatt systems, which is, it's a 7 times increase in size. So it's not some little jump, it's a big jump. We will successfully install that into Pacific Ethanol, and that will reduce Pacific Ethanol's operating costs by $3 or $4 million simply by enabling them to convert something that they're currently flaring off into a clean energy source, hence enabling them to offset power that they're buying from the utility. We will successfully sell this into other industries. We're now in alcohol distilleries and we're in landfills. We want to penetrate other markets such as wastewater treatment, refineries, petrochemical plants. We will engage with another multinational licensee, hence getting towards our goal of having a handful of multinational licensees, each focusing on different markets or different size categories. So it's really now about, the technology's solid, it's really now about ramping it up and getting it commercialized in the most efficient and effective manner possible. So it's really going to be locking in the right license partners and then supporting them properly to go out and execute on this.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Where can our investors find out more information to keep up to date with your progress?
Our website has an immense amount of information, not just on the technology, but on our progress. That's ENER-CORE.com. And again, our trade symbol is ENCR, as you said at the beginning.
Thank you. You heard it here first. Go to www.ener-core.com. That's ENER-core.com. Again, my name is Bobby Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive at the SeeThruEquity 4th Annual Investor Conference 2015 in New York City. With me has been Alain Castro from Ener-Core, ENCR. Alain, thank you again for coming out to SNNLive.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.